wait. We'll get tomorrow to know what's up with our leader, what's going to happen. This is Radio Biafra USA 2.
Why? A radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is Radio Biafra.
Radio Biafra USA 2, that's what we are in now. And there's so many clips, many clips that we have to listen to before we proceed, before make sure that we take the clips one at a time. At the end of it all, we'll make our calls and talk about the clips. So you pay attention, pay very good attention. Because there's something I wanted to report actually. I don't normally give you topics to talk about because that's not my style. However, when we play clips and I want you to listen to the clips, I want you to concentrate whatever you want to say. At least think about the clip that you will listen to and what you think about it, all right? And that will help us, that will not take us away from what we are doing, because sometimes, unknowingly or unconsciously or consciously, some of you just create a topic that diverts everybody's attention to that, and we start talking about that instead of facing the reality of the thing that we started with. This is Radio Biafra USA 2, so stay tuned. Let's start coming up with the clips one after the other, and take it from there.
They call self-aid. I'm going to show you how much it is to treat somebody in that hospital, and they said the staff of the hospital told them one or two things that they are willing to share. Let me show you this video. Where are we live from? We're live from the London Clinic. The London Clinic. This is the London Clinic. This is the London's largest, as we call it, private hospital. Private hospital. Just on Harley Street. Yeah. Now those who know can only but imagine the cost of a night's treatment here. Yeah. For a suite of rooms in which you will be treated in, you can only but imagine the cost. But yet this place here, the London Clinic, with another branch just across the road there, was the place where the average Nigerian can't even enter the door. Because they'd have to get on the plane to come here. Okay. Having got on the plane to come here, not only was the person who misruled us for how many years able to get full treatment, they was able for it to be without payment from his pocket. At London's largest private hospital. National pocket. Like citizen, I'm sure you have something to say. You know, there's something very that is stirring. You know, that will make, there's something galling about this. Okay. This is the same man they said who stayed here receiving treatment.
Actually, this is a clinic where Muhammadu Buhari was trying to estimate the cost, what it costs the average Nigerian man, the Nigerian people, how much money it costs him to be there. You see, like I said before, these things don't really interest me when it comes to Nigerians, because talking about is just a mere waste of time and energy. They're not going to do anything about it. They know these things. All they say, just sit down there. Because I don't understand how 250 million people, let's assume that Nigeria is 250 million, the people that are creating this problem for Nigeria are not even up to 10% of that. And they're doing this and they're getting away with it. They make some noise today and tomorrow is forgotten. That's why the Fulanis, they studied Nigerians and they know that all they can do, we can just do just about anything and get away with it. Buhari, obviously, most people in Nigeria today who try to claim, it's just because, number one, because of the hate. How can we make it look like Nnamdi Kanu is real? That's all. Deep down in their heart, they know Nnamdi Kanu never lied. He was telling the truth. He said it exactly the way it is. You and I don't know how he gets this information. But that doesn't mean that he is lying. Whether you like it or not, he's speaking it. Look at the mystery surrounding this guy. Look at his mystery. He is not, like if he had come out of a church and probably have a Bible in his hand and wearing some long white gown and talking. Some people will say, forget about him, he's looking for money to eat. But this man is not a churchman, he's not a psychologist, he is not, none of that. He doesn't claim to be a prophet. But for whatever reason, every single thing he said, I don't know what people will think about this, but think about it properly. He came out of nowhere, unknown fellow. Maybe there were people that knew him, yes, but I never heard about him until I joined the IPOB. Now he came out and he's saying things. All we have looking at was, the way he's saying it, he's insulting everybody. Why won't you insult you? It's very annoying now. When you see the truth and you are an elderly person and somebody out there is telling you the truth and you're arguing, and he will get angry. I used to use my dad, and most people I ask them this question, even in the Igbo community, in the houses, in our homes. Your father can say something like, he's talking to you. He's calling you Anuafia. Anuafia means, how would I describe Anuafia? Anuafia in English language, I can't interpret that. Go and call your mother. Anuafia. He calls you Anuafia not because he doesn't love you, but he was trying to draw your attention to know how serious he is. Anuafia Jep or Mama, go and call your mom. That's the way Nnamdi Kanu was talking. He is saying something that we are not seeing, and he's so angry and so annoyed, and so that he is saying something, and we that are supposed to be elders are not saying it. I'm older than the man. I am. Believe me, sincere, I am. And most people are. So that's why when he started, he was like this small boy. It was only when he started leaving his beards that we discovered that the man had white beards too. So he was not really that young. But the talk then was this small boy. However, when you discover that this small boy, quote and unquote small boy, was telling the truth, why don't you support him? All these main media in Nigeria, it's like they ganged up. That even the educated ones in the media house are acting like they are stupid. Somebody like Abati of the Arise TV. These are people who say, prescribed IP. Who prescribed them? Tomorrow you go and quote us at the minutum. Have you heard all the nonsense you guys talk? You make quotations that is baseless and meaningless because that's what you think. You put yourself as a very educated person. You're not. You went to school, the school didn't go through you. That's why. The school went through you, you will understand that people go to court. Expert injunction for what they call prescription or prescribing. It has not been legalized yet. So you have no right. Somebody who there's a court issue on somebody who's accused to be a thief. And they went to court, expert injunction. You don't start calling the man a criminal. You don't start calling him a thief. The court has not declared him a thief yet. So all of you, because of the hate you have on the Igbo people, but you know something? There is nothing you can do to that Igbo man. He is created like that. He has the light. He has, call it arrogance, call it whatever you want, but hey, there's nothing you can do. He didn't create himself. Even those who pretend to be Igbos, when they open their mouth, talk or 2 or 3 times, go and check their DNA, they don't have that blood. So this thing is something that is natural. It runs in their system. There are many of them out there that we're still going to check their DNA to know whether they are real Igbos. That includes, what's his name? Charles Soludo. We are going to check him out. Because he's not an Igbo man at all. Our brother Tinubu, what's his name? Not Tinubu. Our brother Peter, we are going to check all those people because they are not behaving like typical Igbo people. Nnamdi Iyke was born in Zinguru or whatever, but he had lived his life, he has gone, he had passed on, so we can't talk about him. But people like that, when they start acting, we start asking, are these people, are they really Igbo people? You see in your eyes that they don't want you in Nigeria. They are doing everything to show you that they don't want you. Yebaroku na anani shiongu na bakan anuman like a snail. You are there trying to make them, try to show them that you can fix Nigeria. You are such a great guy that, okay, good luck to you. But which other way are they going to tell you that they don't want you? What else do you need? Because there are people out there among our own people that will tell, some of them, sometimes they say, oh, they are afraid of what will happen to them. No, most of them are not afraid. They just don't want to believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is right. I have people in my family, I have friends, very close friends, whom when I look at them today, I just laugh at them because it's like they are the ones calling now, want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. I don't want to talk to them about it because I have gone beyond that. They're sending me videos. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu said this. Oh, no, look at you. The video you are sending to me, I saw it 4 or 5 years ago. So that's not even sending it to me now because it's of no use to me. I don't have any doubt. You should enjoy yourself with it because it's you that have doubts about him. I don't have any doubt, so I don't need any supporting video. I don't need anything to support my belief and my conviction in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it remains like that. People are talking, the whole internet, all they are talking about is now the Nnamdi Kanu. Which one died? Did he just died today, or he died yesterday, or he died the day before yesterday, or he died last week or last year? My dear brothers and sisters, Nigerians, wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee because there's nothing you guys can do to stop what we are doing. The more you hold down Biafra, the more your calamity will continue. It's not going to end. If you think that as long as you hold us, you are going to see peace in that country, you will not. No matter what anybody does.
This very campaign to uncover the truth, they're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malaya came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it, but the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. And we know that Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction. That is why the country seems to be drifting. That is why there is no sense of purpose, no cohesion, because there is no Buhari. So what you have are competing interests and ideas from the Fulani cabal that is ruling the zoo, ruling all of you. You know that little boy is not Buhari, everybody knows that. How many Buharis are you going to have before you begin to reason and begin to think? When I said it, they said it was conspiracy theory, and I said with time, today people are coming out to confirm what we have always known. What we have always known, that Buhari is dead. That is why you have what is called a drift in the government. That is why there is no clear focus, there is no clear-cut direction, not at all. If not that I talked about Aisha Buhari in my last broadcast, I wouldn't have brought her out today to speak. We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate. And she only issued a statement. Nobody saw her. She's in Dubai having fun with her boyfriend, your first lady. And I asked them, in whose reign or regime in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world do you have a first lady missing in office? Only in Nigeria. But you as a Nigerian cannot ask any questions because of the way you reason. The problem you have as a Nigerian is in your brain. The way you reason is flawed. Ask yourself this question. If this woman's husband is alive, what is she doing in Dubai? And with whom in Dubai? Simple question. But you can't ask yourself that question because you're a Nigerian. Sometimes you don't reason very well. It is not meant to be an insult. I'm just telling you the fact of life. Buhari is no longer alive. We are not like other people. Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwuokike Abiama is with us. We did it because Chukwuokike Abiama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Yes, because we are different. We are not the same like everybody else. I'm telling you the truth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, and we are his followers. We're following him. He's our leader, our spiritual leader, our spiritual director, our guidance. Whatever you call him, just do him that. Tomorrow he's going to be in court. So we want you to stay tuned on Radio Biafra, USA 2 by tomorrow, and the other stations, not only USA 2. But because of the proximity in time, I think will be available when he will be in court. So make sure that you stay tuned. Tomorrow is the 18th day of July. That's the date we are looking forward to, and let's see what the court is going to tell us. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. The people of Anambra, you are not still free because we're planning to have a complete broadcast sometime tomorrow about what is going on with that mole that calls himself was Charles Soludo. It's a mole. The mole is a saboteur. That's what he is, the worst saboteur of our time, because he is hoping to come back again as governor of the state. Well, the Anambra Obankete, your children will all be dead by the time you let out, because what you are going to see is something that you've never seen before. This is a man who has created what he calls Udogachi or whatever, something like that. I don't know what it is. And gives a mortar, akodo, to slam your children and hit their legs and break their bones. He has a private place that he locks up people. He is going to the back. He's not talking in Nigeria, but he's traveling. He's been to London to tell the British people that the killers in Nigeria are Umuibo, our children. He came to America here through the back door. He did the same thing. But we are watching. We are trying to make videos to counteract this man, because this man is a mole. It's a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous animal, honestly speaking. And we are really going to investigate to see who his father is. I don't know people from his I don't know what local government he is from, but I think I want them to go there and look at it and check him out. Find out Monya Muronya or Onya Osa, because we don't know. Nda within this age, the time Amuro Yama. Most of them, I'm not saying all of them, I said most, because that was when there was no money, when they gave us 20 pounds and everybody was hustling. People were even allowing their wives to go out there, and people that had money then was also in the that will tell you what it means. In the Ogo, when I was in Omaha, I was at Omaha at the time, Central Hotel Omaha, that's where I was performing as an artist. They had 28 battalion was there. Anytime we hear the siren blow, we set up equipment and start. So they were coming there and picking up these women, and the women, most of them were coming back pregnant. But where are those children? That time, most of them. So there'll be a serious DNA, because I don't understand how somebody like Soludo, who calls himself a professor, he said he is a professor. That's what he told us. We don't investigate certificates in Nigeria, so nobody goes out to find out. Because if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who went to Chicago, whatever, and what came out of it? Nothing. So certificate doesn't mean anything. He could go there and say, if a professor, let me quote and unquote, is a person that is now telling his so-called vigilante group that is anybody with a dreadlock is a criminal. A professor, somebody who teaches in the university, who thought, or who is supposed to have been a professor teaching somewhere. Because when we say professor, when you say professor, it's assumed. Because I don't know if there are professors that teach in high school, but the professors I know are people who teach men in the university. Most people in the university are men. They're not even boys anymore. Adults, grown men. And he is the one telling us that anybody with a dreadlock is a criminal. And they're collecting money from them. They're checking motorists. I saw Waga this morning on the video that he sent to me, going to the hospital to see a young man whom they shot for nothing. He was in a car with some people and they stopped them and they were about to stop and they fired their tires. Why? Inside the city. Inside the city. Nimobodo. Nnamdi Kanu created the ESN, Eastern Security Network, and put them in the bush. Nobody come. That's why when people come and say, I am ESN, and you're not ESN. Because if you are ESN, you're not going to be in the city. The place was to be in the bush because these terrorists, Fulani headsmen terrorists, they live in the bushes. That's from where they come to kill people. Our women go to farm, they rape them there, they adopt them, they rape children and whatever they can do to anybody in the bush. So we're creating security to go to the bush and make sure that these people are not there. That's what Soludo is saying. Oh, do you know the narrative they are creating is that these people are in the bush? This man is a Fulani man. Anyaga Arapo Efa like that. I am telling you the truth. Biafrans, wherever you are, Bruni Anobi, that Soludo is a mole. Mayarapo mole. Mole, M-O-L-E, or is that M-U-O-L, M-O-L-E, whatever. A saboteur of the first order. He is not one of us. I will never be for you. All you need to do for yourselves is go out there in the next election. I said go and vote, but do not vote. Don't give this anyone for his placard. Just you. Don't vote for him. Let them forge the thing as normal and go to court, and then we shall see what will happen, because that's what happened in Imo State. Hope Uzadema, who was number 4 in the vote, Hope Uzadema contested, became number 4, but eventually he became the governor because they put him there. Let them go and try it with us in Anambra State. So Unea Jenaiba told them, just forget about him, he doesn't exist. Because if you don't go and vote, then somebody's not going to come out as a winner on the voting. Young advantage. So don't go there. When you go out there, go and vote for your favorite person. I don't know whoever you're going to vote for. I'm not advocating for any political party. I'm not interested. We are not interested in that. But what we are saying is that go in there and make sure you do not vote for this man. Because he is there to kill our children. He has drawn us back. Do you know how long it took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the discipline that he gave us to make the world believe that we are not a terrorist organization? But Soludo, a traitor from beginning. He didn't plan this in today. In fact, when I'm going to do a video, special DVD for this that was done. I'm going to start with the video that he did with somebody's book launching. That what he said there, that people, they're going to use us for politics. That's exactly what he said there, and that's what he's doing. As soon as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned and put in DSS dungeon, he ran there with a video to go and take a picture with him. Now that man's I'm going to look for that video because I think I have it somewhere in my diary. What he said there, Musoludo, he came on the book launching for Fordile. I think of Fordile's book, yes. He came there and he said what the politicians are going to use IPOB for. So that's his idea. He went in there, took a picture with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As soon as they took the picture, I don't even know if he left the DSS facility before he put it on Facebook. Yes. Why did he do that? Because Oh, a mole. Then the next thing he has asked Bola Tinubu or whoever was the president then to hand over Nnamdi Kanu to him. Then an idiot. Thank God for even went in there. He went in there. This is a man that wants to get rid of our leader by all means. He wants to get rid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by today, tomorrow, any day. Only opportunity, but opportunity has not called on for him. Why do you think that when they talk about Mazi, he's a political statement to make? Living in Nnamdi Kanu might not necessarily bring peace. Can you? Why? Why would he say that? Because you are scared that he's going to be released. Of course, he's going to be released. We are watching. We are Biafrans. We are watching. We are under divine guidance. So we are preparing for this to make sure that this man does not get back into power. Ndi Anambra, here na Akananya. I don't know who people are going to vote in, whatever, but not Soludo. You cannot dine with the devil that you already know. We don't need him. We are doing our best to make sure that we are going to talk about this. We are not going to stop talking about it until that November. Again, I don't even know the date for the election, but we'll eventually know all that. We're going to make videos, and all of you Biafrans out there that are listening, make your videos. Content creators. There was one that even said the other day they invited them to government house. They went there, they gave them food, and he told them categorically that if you are calling me for politics, I'm not going to get involved in politics. And eventually that's what they went in there for. Now here you go. Look at the idiots. Tomorrow they are killing your people, they are breaking your children, they are breaking their bones and locking them up without taking them to court. In where they got Anambra of all places. How dare you? I can't go that level. Anambra is more than anything that you can think anybody. That's why most of them, that's why I was angry with people like Innocent. When they destroyed his business. What the heck are you talking about? Who cares about Adinama or not? That's not the issue. I figure maybe your business is not getting Adinama. Are you kidding me? Now he has extended it to your children. Our children now. Because when he was saying that thing, I was listening on the background. And when you listen to that tape, you see that a lot of people, how? What is 99.99%? Do you know what it means? Are criminals, our children, indicting our children. My kids are born in this country. Some of them have dreadlock, not all of them. Even the women too carry dreadlock. So Ludo will want them to be killed or to be beaten because they are criminals for carrying dreadlock. We are not going to let go, Biafrans. I will keep talking about this and keep talking about it without stopping. We are not going to stop. We are not going to let it happen to us. We'll make him on. And by the way, this information that I rightly got information, and that information I am still verifying it, but I want to verify it. That his special, what's his name? Charles Soludo's special assistant is a barrister, Mefo. And barrister Mefo is related to Uche Mefo. I want Biafrans to listen to this very well. We're still investigating, and we're going to find out how truthful that is. The man doing this that is trying to destroy IPOB and ESN, his special advisor is a barrister, Mefo. That's his name. For his name, yes, we are sure of his name, but we don't know how, if he's related to Uche Mefo. Nobody knows that. So Hapawankata will know. We will get there. Ayewa the Anambra will tell them that we are not pushover. You can't push us over. You can't come here and be killing our children. Then going to the world to tell the world that we are the killers and the kidnappers and that our children are terrorists. With all this thing that the Fulani headsmen are doing all over Nigeria, that is trending everywhere. Everywhere. Now you are telling us now that it's a narrative that they're in the bush. They're in the bush. That's a narrative that we are using to do what? We are going to use the same narrative to make sure that you don't get back into office. So this thing is getting connected, small by small, it will get connected. Barrister Mefo is a special advisor. This is even worse than Obiano. Obiano only said that he has a Meiti Allah in his cabinet. He didn't go as much as this. But this one is telling us that the killings are done by our people, not the Fulani herdsmen. That's what Tuludo, that's the narrative he's giving to the world. We are not going to let go. Never. Ever. Stay tuned. This is Radio Biafra. If you are, let's say what time it is, we cannot take calls yet. So keep listening to the clips, and when it's time, you can call us and say what you have to say. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that we are not going to sit down now. We know what we are saying, and what we are saying is that it is not going to happen. We are not going to let it happen. We are going to do all we can do to make sure that this man does not get back into office the second time.
The scenario is that President Muhammadu Buhari, he died on the 19th of February. On the 19th of February, please, those analysts, if you can take notes, take pen and your paper and note these things down. Note them down carefully. I'll be giving a specific things here, specific details right now. Okay, number one, President Muhammadu Buhari died on the 19th of February, the year 2017. He died in Newcastle, in Freeman Hospital, Newcastle. He died as a result of heart disease, which the Nigeria presidency failed to disclose. On the 19th of February, I was in London. By the special grace of God, I'm a journalist. I work with one of the Nigeria broadcasting station, and one of the leading Nigeria broadcasting stations. So I covered the event in London. He died in Freeman Hospital, Newcastle. I was there. I covered the event. Then, Muslim, they don't embalm people. So on the 20th of February, he was flew into Saudi Arabia, where he was buried. I was there live, and I covered the event where Aisha Buhari put on white attire. I think so. The Nigeria Aisha was putting on white as a sign of mourning to her husband, who is the late President Muhammadu Buhari. Then the children, according to the Muslim tradition, were putting on black. I have the video, I have the photograph and everything. You understand? Then on the 23rd of February, I was in Ethiopia as a journalist. I moved around. So I was in Ethiopia, where the African Union, the AU, held a summit, a mini silence for late President Muhammadu Buhari on the 23rd of February, the year 2017. So I covered the events there, where the African Union held a mini silence for late President Muhammadu Buhari. So to show their last respect to the late President Muhammadu Buhari of the Nigeria government. Then on the 28th of February, still, which I think is the last day of February, then what was it called? Queen Elizabeth gave a condolence statement to the Nigeria government in respect of late President Muhammadu Buhari, and which went viral.
Yes.
So all of these, the Nigerian government led by late Abakari and with the Kaaba swept under the carpet for selfish and greed reasons. Then on the 2nd of March, Eric Joyce, the ex-British lawmaker, ex-British lawmaker, he issued a statement, a condolence statement to Nigeria for the loss of her president. They swept it under carpet, and the man got angry and came out to say that President Muhammadu Buhari is dead. If President Muhammadu Buhari if they think he is lying, that they should come out to challenge him, in the court of law, that he will come out with every evidence to prove that Muhammadu Buhari is dead. As I talk to you, since 2017, till this minute, nobody from the Nigerian government all across the nations of the earth came up to challenge Eric Joyce, the ex-British lawmaker. That went by. Then on April 17th, one American journalist by name Mark Smith, he came up to say that the corruption going on in Nigeria is unbearable, that he can only imagine how the Nigerians are surviving in that country, that there is corruption everywhere. You understand? So we just talked over all this. But what actually prompted me to come up to this tonight is, one, the Nigerian youth have been suffering 60 years of independence, 60 years of suffering and smiling, and yet the government is taking them for granted. It's not right. Late Abakari called me to Aso Rock. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I flew into Abuja to go and see him, and he told me that if I can keep quiet, that my safety to be alive will be guaranteed, and for my generation to come, no will suffer again as a result of the bribe he was offering me. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So I told him, accepting bribe is not the problem, but my conscience will judge me till I die. Yes. So I cannot do that. And to God who made me, I'm saying this categorically, and God Almighty is my witness. I did not take a dime from him. That at the end of the day, I was suspended from my work, because I told them that I will publish it. Then, as at that time, I was receiving so many threats. But the truth is this: Buhari is long dead in Freeman Hospital in Newcastle in London on the 19th of February, the year 2017. He is dead. Buhari is dead. He was buried in Saudi Arabia. Nobody can tell me that he is still alive. Journalist, I swore an oath to stand by the truth and irrespective of what may be at stake. If I am not answerable to any Nigerian authority, I was suspended. I was waiting if my suspension would be lifted. I waited for a period of 6 months. My suspension was not lifted. Then I resigned. I sent them my resignation letter. Then I left. I started my own firm by myself. You understand me now, which I am growing by the special grace of God.
Babe.
Yes. Yes. The truth will come out. Like I said, truth, is something that does not have expiring date. It will not expire. If you think that it's going to go away, of course it's not going to go away. The truth will come. Many more people are going to come out and speak the truth, and they will keep on speaking the truth, because we the indigenous people of Biafra, we already know the truth, because our leader have told us the truth. He never lied to us, ever. He doesn't now have no reason to lie to anybody. He says it the way it is, and whether you like it or not, you want to believe him or you don't want to believe him, it does not matter anymore. We know the truth. The lines are open. You can make your calls if you have anything to say. 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845 and 637-6632. Like I said before, Izioku in one expiration date. It will always remain the truth, regardless of what you know, regardless of how much you try to bring it down. It will never stop. Call us if you have anything to say. Go ahead, sir.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One cannot be two. Starlight Production. Show face on the microphone. Shalom Israel. Shalom Muchineke. We are getting there. It's a matter of time. Shalom. Awesome. You don't mean say I go say my right for you, Nigeria. Awesome. You don't mean say I don't know myself again. Yeah. The love I have for Biafra has taken over my heart. It's burning like fire. Biafra is my heart desire. I want her like Messiah. Nnamdi Kanu is Messiah. My love, oh. I'm ready to do anything for you, my love. I'm ready to do everything for you, my love. I will make you my canton. I will make you my cashier. Just be patient, my love. Oh. Be patient, my love. Be patient, my dear. Be patient, never relent. Just remain resolute. Biafra, they come. I won't let go full. I go package for you. I go manage again. Be patient, my love. Biafra is the hope. Be patient, never relent. Biafra is the hope. Biafra, they come. I won't let go full. I go package forever. I go manage again. Awesome. A lot of people could not pay their house rent again in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of people could not feed their children again here in Nigeria. Awesome. A lot of people could not fuel their cars again. Their car again. Awesome. A lot of people could not eat food again. For this government, prosperity in Nigeria is not genuine. That's the reason why the masses are suffering. More they are dying, more politicians are going higher. Prosperity in Nigeria is all about evil. Homo Biafra, Homo Chuku Wabiama. We are entitled to fight this evil. Let's come together and support our supreme leader and crumble this evil. Go Nigeria. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. Biafra, they come. I won't let go full. I go package for you. You know, go manage again. Be patient, my love. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Be patient, never relent. Biafra, kingdom of Biafra. Kingdom of Biafra. Sick kingdom of Biafra. Go manage again. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. Biafra, I won't let go. I go package for you. I go manage again. Be patient, my love.
At this point, I begin to ask some of you, are you sure that your brain is working? Your brain cells is working? People say, oh, it is a conspiracy theory. All these things that you're saying about these people, and I'm saying to them, have you not seen the picture of Oshibajo taking the so-called vaccine or malaria injection? I don't know. Look at the man they claim is Buhari. Look at his hand. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? Is Buhari richer than Bill Gates? Is Buhari richer than George Soros? George Soros is richer than the whole of Nigeria. Bill Gates, the same thing.
Yeah, caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. Are you there? All right, just hung up. Call us back. I don't know why. Let me try. You can see if it won't work. Caller, good morning.
Hello, Mazi.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
I can't hear anything.
You can hear me? Hello? Why? All right, please call us back. I don't know why you cannot hear me, but I hear you very well, loud and clear.
You are listening to Radio Biafra, USA 2.
Caller, good morning. Can you hear me? Your line is
Mazi, I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead. Welcome to the program.
Okay. Good morning, Mazi. Thank you so much for the dedication. Mazi, I am so happy that you played my Biafra states. And I'm so happy that you played this clip of this journalist, the exact journalist in mind. When they said, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told that he was gone and people were doubting, this journalist came and was trying to air, but he died. We just heard it from that out. He died February, right? 19th, and I was flown to
I think you can move around from where you are because you're breaking. I don't know why. You're using the WhatsApp line, so you can move around a little bit.
I'm moving now.
Okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Ouch.
Yeah. Fortunately, you don't have a good reception there. You gotta give it a try again. All right. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Sometimes this happens, and we're waiting anytime she calls. Pick her back up. All right, we're talking about the journalist that just called in, and let her call us back. Then we can take it from there.
And wonders shall never end. You saw the little boy that they were giving. They said they're giving him COVID-19 vaccine. And I ask you, in all honesty, there are pastors and truth tellers and men of God, I believe, in Nigeria. Look at the hand of that boy. You've seen the pictures and the videos everywhere. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? How can all of a sudden Osibajo is now older than Buhari? Look at the videos and look at the pictures. At this point, I begin to ask some of you, are you sure that your brain is working? Your brain cells is working? People say, oh, it is a conspiracy theory. All these things that you're saying about these people, and I'm saying to them, have you not seen the picture of Osibajo taking the so-called vaccine or malaria injection? I don't know. Look at the man they claim is Buhari. Look at his hand. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? Is Buhari richer than Bill Gates? Is Buhari richer than George Soros? George Soros is richer than the whole of Nigeria. Bill Gates, the same thing. So if it is money that caused this very old dying man to now turn into a 35-year-old man, how come Bill Gates cannot do it? Or George Soros? Or even Queen Elizabeth, for that matter? If they claim that the treatment that Buhari received that made him look this young was administered in London, the Queen is the Queen of England, the Queen of the United Kingdom. Why wouldn't she go through the same treatment? Why not? Why wouldn't Prince Philip go through the same treatment and become young again? And that is how Nigerians and black people reason. That gives me cause for concern. If we continue this way, we can never ever build nor have any viable society, all of us together. And that is why it is very, very critical and very, very important that.
All right, I don't know what's wrong with that. So, like, there's one that I heard this morning, and somebody asked a question. He said,
do that which is right before God and man, and stop this people from deceiving us. You are every head of state that took a vaccine all over the world. After taking the vaccine, they addressed their people. They spoke to the nation. Why is it that this one wearing an oversized face mask, of course on top of Buhari, hyper-reality face mask, could not utter a word? Can't you ask yourself that question? He came to take his vaccine. Go and look at other heads of state. They take their own vaccine in public and they speak. This one is like a mannequin. He comes out, you wheel him out, and they do something and he goes back in again. That tells you that Buhari is no longer alive. Buhari is in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. He's dead. And that is why they're in a hurry. That is why this governor can say, I will not listen to Asorok. That governor will say, let's bring in more bandits, let's settle them. That is why the government is disjointed and dysfunctional. Nobody's in charge. Obasanjo knows that nobody's in charge. I think he said that he may not agree that it's a Buhari double, but that the Buhari now in Asorok is not the one he used to know. How else do you want him to put it? He's been very proud. He wants Nigeria to survive so that him and his friends can continue to enjoy oil money. That's all. Oil money. That's nothing more, nothing less. Just oil money. Just oil money. So they can continue to enjoy oil money flowing from Biafra land. That's all. Not that they love you. Not that they love one Nigeria. Of course not, they don't. Nobody does. These are the things that you ought to know, and that's what we're telling you this very day. The time now is 7 minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are all over the world. That tells you that we are live and we are direct.
Yeah, that's a broadcast.
And this very gospel is coming to you so that you may change, you may have a change of heart. You may have a change of way of reasoning. Where is your First Lady, Aisha Buhari? Where is she? She is not in the country. For how many months now? For how many months, I ask of you? You claim you're a human being. When a white person is racist towards us, we start complaining. We don't like racism. But when they see the way we reason, they cannot help but be racist towards us. Can you believe that you have a country like the USA and Biden's wife decides to disappear for 2, 3, 4 months? You think Americans will keep quiet? You think that in a time of national crisis of COVID-19 pandemic and the ceaseless and endemic insecurity, you cannot even hear from somebody you claim is your president? And this was a man that when Youth Corpus visited him sometime in 2016, or was it in 2015, in his house in Katsina, he spoke against me, IPOB and Biafra agitation. Without prompting, do you think such a man will keep quiet in the face of what is going on right now?
Yeah, I want to remind you something that, anyway, let me take a call before I go to that. Let me take this call, this caller here. Caller, good morning. Well, these phones are all acting up this morning. I don't know what to do. Let's see. Caller, good morning. Are you there? Okay. Hello? Can speak up. Are you sure it's not from your phone? It looks like your. Can you check the volume on your phone, please? How come it's not showing me anything here? Okay, hold on a second. Let me try something.
Still not
okay.
Clear. All right, that's it for me for the day.
I can hear you. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
You're listening.
Okay, awesome. So it is obvious that journalist you played his clip is the exact journalist I had in mind the whole time we're talking about this Buhari shenanigan. You know, Buhari is dead and gone long ago, and this journalist saw it.
Yeah.
And he said they would try to bribe him. But
Yes.
his conscience would let him accept the bribe. And he also mentioned what Abba Kyari, late Abba Kyari, I didn't know the guy is dead. He also mentioned what late Abba Kyari said to him.
Yes.
You know, how he wanted to bribe him. But the guy's conscience would not let him accept bribe. You know, he wants to do the job in honesty. Yes. That is a real journalist, not those brown envelope journalists we have in Nigeria who don't care about their people. They only care about their pockets and what they can gain, and do not care to tell the people the truth. Do not care to save the people's lives. People are dying every day. Terrorists, Buhari's people are dying, are killing our Biafrans every day. But you don't hear it in their mainstream news. You don't hear it. They don't talk about it because they have been bribed to stay quiet. It's so funny for them to just wake up from nowhere a couple of days ago and say Buhari just died a couple of days ago and he's been buried in, I don't know, is it Daura? It's crazy. Buhari has been dead and gone since February 19th. 2017, and he was flown to Saudi Arabia on the 20th because Muslims, their Islam, whatever, does not let them keep people in mortuary, you know, so they don't embalm. That's what the journalist just said, you know, which I agree with him. So they took him over there and they killed, they buried him, you know. I remember in the same Saudi Arabia, there was a clip I watched, and a kid, someone is a teenager. He was announcing in Hausa in Saudi Arabia there and was saying, Nigeria Yarasu. Nigeria Yarasu. That means this man is dead, you know. So, and he's about to be buried in Saudi Arabia. So who is coming to lie to the world? Who are you to be lying to the world that Buhari just died 3 days ago? And you even have the guts, the audacity to declare a public holiday on a fake day. This Buhari thing is crazy. That a country, a whole nation was ruled by a dead man for 6 years. Biden said it. Joe Biden of the United States said it. And even Donald Trump said when they brought some lifeless human being to him, he doesn't hide his mouth. People know that Donald Trump says what's on his mind. He said it. He said, who's this lifeless man? Take him out of my way. Take him out of here. You know? So we should stop getting deceived. Okay? Please, the world, get your mind updated. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us from the get-go that Buhari is dead, and Buhari is dead and gone. Let us understand and believe it going forward. Thank you. Please let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. That man has not committed any crime that merits him to remain in your custody. You have no rights to keep him. Pay him all the money you owe him. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so very much. All right, thank you very much. I have another one coming, and let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mr. Peters, good morning, sir. This is so I'm calling from Georgia. You know, I was just reflecting about some certain things in regards to, you know, this thing has been going on back and forth about the death of that idiot that died in 2017. And then I was just thinking, okay, since these people wanted to just nail IPOB so much, they want this agitation to stop by any means necessary. My question is, why didn't they have to organize? Why did even the journalists in Nigeria, or even so, okay, the best way to nail this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring this IPOB to an end? Is it not for him to just, let's just sue him or whatsoever? Let's just, let him gather and sue him, to prove, to bring a proof. To show that, that it says he's, accusing their president, their so-called lovely president that they so love so much, that has done so much for them. That's okay, since he's, going around and going about, using his name, saying that he's dead. Why don't you just sue him, let's just sue him so he can come and prove it. Yeah. But they didn't do that. They won't. Oh, okay. At the same time, why didn't they? Why not include the charges against this man so he can come and prove? No, they did not. Why didn't they play the video? They play so many videos in the court when they bring the masquerade, to testify against him. They play so many videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why did they not play that particular video where he said Buhari died? They did not play it. No. Why didn't he in Saudi Arabia? He's accusing Saudi Arabia. Why happened somebody in Saudi Arabia saying, listen, Mr. Man, you should not, get us involved into your whatever you say, your shenanigan or whatever. That this man was not buried there. None. Why didn't some lawyers just come together, like the Fulanese lawyers, come together and say, okay, you know what? Let's find a way to sue this guy so that he can come and prove to us, to prove to us that this man is really dead. But none of them did that. What does that tell you? So this is why I say, we are tired of explaining this thing to all these gullible Nigerians. Then many of them knows the truth, but because they're so weak. They're so weak, they can't do nothing. That is why even the dead man called them lazy youths, because they know. The lazy man knows, the man that died knows that the Nigerian youths are really lazy. Because in a normal society or whatever, are you going to tell me that a dead man ruled the country for 6 years and they couldn't do anything? Look at the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took his time and started analyzing, like this tape we just played. Now, are you going to tell me that this man is an 80-year-old man with his head looking the way he's looking? Look at, and all the whole pastors and all this, everybody knows the truth, but they refuse to tell the truth. Mazi, to be honest, Nigeria is a very funny place.
I know it is.
What other country in Nigeria?
It is.
Nigeria is a very, very funny place.
It is.
You know, but anyways, I don't know. Now, the only thing we pray is just one Biafra, nothing else. Because if we still stay in that country, I can go as dumb as them.
I know.
Anyway, bye-bye, sir. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much for your call. You know, this is very funny because Nigeria, you know, like somebody saying, why are you stressing on? We're not stressing on it. It's them now that are stressing us. Because they're talking about this all over the social media. That's what everybody's discussing. Now people are beginning to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right all along. There's no two ways about it. We know that. For those of us who are very close to what is going on, we know that Nnamdi Kanu will not say it unless it's the truth. He won't just... The baffling thing, what is baffling them is how does he get his information? They are so much into how he got, and for them, they are not even thinking. They are still thinking like the cow that they roll. You know, they are chinama. They are not normal up there. Because Igbo man will not try to do this to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without asking himself, all these things I've been doing, I've not achieved anything. I'm making this man more popular than he could have ever been in his entire life. Just because we are trying to prove a point. What point are you proving? You're charging somebody, you have fleets of charges that all over the place, like what you just said right now about the video being aired in court. Why didn't they include that video there? Because they know now pichawa or something. So there's no need even for them. They want this thing to die. For them immediately, there are some of them who have breathed a sigh of relief, because as long as that lie was there and they have not been able to bury that lie, they will not be comfortable. So now that they have buried the lie, that's what they think. The thing will still come, because these journalists that just said something now, a retired journalist, this is a true eyewitness. They threatened his life. So the other ones that will come up. In fact, the people that, even the British man that said it first, and the lawyer, the American lawyer, and the rest of them, that they will all come out. They will come out eventually to say something. And they're looking they could say one night, Nigeria must be one. Barack Obama, to divide Nigeria is impossible, right? It cannot be necessarily, Nigeria has to be one. Aboki is Aboki. He's supporting his brothers. He's an American citizen, yes. Fortunately, was born there, according to them. That doesn't, the Abokiness is still inside of him. The Aboki that he is Aboki. You know. So we are not, actually I'm not even the one airing, because I'm just sending clips that are sent. And people are beginning to see. Like I said, any day, as long as you hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, talk about him, every single day he stays in jail, he is becoming more popular. He is becoming the top of it. The honesty and look at the Nkena Sono that he lied to Nigerians. He had got to say he lied, because he knows you are in a country that has no consequences. You lied, that the mouse, the rats invaded Aso Rock, so you could, because the biometric would not work. There was no way. In fact, Nnamdi Kanu even told us when they brought the people that came to Nigeria to Aso Rock to open that door. It took them almost 2-3 weeks walking to make sure that biometric door is open. Because that was a door that was created for the president. And the man don't die now. So even if they cut off his hand and bring it there, the biometric will not work. So they created a lie. And now he's confessing. Because he knows there are no consequences. The people that are running their mouth and calling P2B, P2B that, P2B that, for me, it looks like P2B is the main issue that they have. Because they let them, who are they? All of them are talking about Peter Obi. I say Peter Obi is the president of Nigeria. They are not criticizing the president, they're criticizing Peter Obi. Everything is Peter Obi. Now that this man lied, none of them have come out to criticize him for lying to Nigerians. Yeah, we're in trouble. I don't know, maybe Chukwuka Abiyama created this just to punish us more. Or neglecting him. I'm telling you honestly, because this is not normal. It is not absolutely not normal. All in the those of them in America here in California that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went when he came here to speak about what the Fulanis are planning to do. All of them is saying, none of them is saying anything. For them, the attack on Nnamdi Kanu at that time, it gives them enough. They change their chairman, the president, from what this thing is happening. He's going to let them keep quiet. Let them not say anything. The Chineke mana Nnamdi Kanu or Chineke Chukwuka Abiyama that gave him this job is the person that we are looking up to. Not any of us, because we are not sure. We are not even sure of us. Because when you have people like Soludo, they are all over the place now. There are many. When he came to America, there were some people that brought him to America. He just didn't wake up and start coming to America on his own without somebody here arranging it. Of course, there are people here that arrange it. And those are the people on Agua. I want to tell you that 99.9% of Ndena Igbo. Kai. And the same people that brought him out here listening. These are people, we know many of them in America here. Oh yeah, when you go to meetings, you see them. You will come and tell you he's a professor of whatever, professor of this, a PhD, that kind of bullshit, nonsense. All they are doing is stay here. Now that he has brought him to come and lie, he is preparing himself. The organization that brought him, either they are president, they are preparing themselves. When he comes into second term, they'll go, then they will give him one ministerial post or whatever, official something. And the lie continues. The sellout continues. They are not going to change, because listen to when you look at them, you see that they are not willing to change. These are people who have vowed to make sure that they destroy our people, and they are doing it, and they're never gonna get tired. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. All right. Let's see. This phone is beginning to act up again. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters, good morning.
There one.
All over the world. And good morning to our well listeners. My name is Mazi Iyke Peters. Mazi Iyke Peters is from Biafran land. And I'm proud to be a Biafran. Yeah. Mazi, we have to do 1+1 in order to know the answer. You see, it's obvious that the people holding our leader, Fulani oligarchy, they know about it. Fulani oligarchy are among the people holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and holding the indigenous people of this entity called Nigeria hostage. I read on the news. Yeah, I read on the news how they were afraid that Yoruba people will take a lorry back if something is not being done by them. When Obasanjo was running, they saw how the OPC were taking on them, checkmating them. in the lorry, how the Fulani took over a lorry and OPC wasn't happy about it. And the Fulani oligarchy really did something in order to suppress or subdue the OPC movement. By doing that, they went and told Buhari, the late Buhari, to come out to campaign in order for them to help restrain the OPC from taking a lorry back again. So now, any movement in which indigenous people are doing in order to safeguard or protect themselves, the Fulani oligarchy will come against it. So now, the movement of actualization of Biafra, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is heading it, the Fulani oligarchy is totally against it and will do anything on their reach to see that they frustrate the effort. So, but we are here to stay. The indigenous people, IPOB is here to stay, and we'll match them head on. So, the point I'm making is the Fulani are the people holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we need to do anything to our reach to sort it out with them. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
All right, thank you very much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The lines are still open for you guys. It's 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. We're still talking and listening to clips. If you have anything to say, further to say, please do so. Call us. The lines are still very much open for you. We're going to be here for a while with you guys today, as usual. This is Radio Biafra USA.
Biafra day again. No. Obia. Ije. Freedom. Na udoka inario. Anya Tony hekpo for baramenu. Aye bunde Biafra bunde judo na aga. Obi makero makeju na jaga no. Oga de kwa rai na ma. Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Iyke Peters, Biafra, Nzobu, Anyega Zobu Ndelo, Nzobu, my blood. When you will let you, pick up your man.
No, that one has
17. Now Buhari died. Or they hide out. Buhari died 2017.
He died 2017. According to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
According to
yes.
But he just died.
No. That one has second burial. Maybe they will move something and bury man. He's a wicked man. Our Messiah have already said it.
Buhari don't die.
2017.
2017, like Buhari died.
He died 2017. So who is deceiving who? Nigeria is deceiving themselves. They are deceiving themselves. Nigeria, they are deceiving themselves.
The man they call Buhari now is not Buhari, it's Jubrin. And today, everything is playing out. We are seeing everything. We are Anam.
So who did they bury?
Nobody. If you want to know whether me and they talk truth or lie, if they break that gasket and make the opener, whether whether I body there inside or stick or something where they carve there inside there. You know what they tell you? I don't hear they die for hunger. They tell no one going to spare for a man use a chop. Now use that they go to nonsense.
We are mourning a long time ago now. Are we going to mourn 2 times?
No, today is the morning they declare public holiday for the former president.
That is for them. If as you can see, I'm doing.
Hiding. When Nnamdi Kanu say something 2017, being January 21st, that Muhammad Buhari is no more to be found, is dead and buried in Saudi Arabia. Then do you hear Saudi Arabia government in towns Nnamdi Kanu say, "Oga, come and defend the false information that they give their country." You didn't hear it. The Nigerian government, did they see here Nigerian government come defend it, come prove Nnamdi Kanu say, "Oga, you're a liar," this and that. You still open it to them, say, "Oga, put."
So Buhari don't die before.
Why not? We had the news before, and this is not the first time.
Population is no news.
Look at one thing. One thing you have to know. Whenever they say that somebody dies, and the person that is in question could not come up and say, "I'm alive," which means automatically you have died. Since he couldn't come up that time to say,
I've seen recently 9 died.
Buhari don't die since.
For long, now that man don't die. You see, during that time when they for seat, where to come they go turn upside down for this country when me and you this our country. Now that time when me myself I find out say Buhari don't die. Without person telling me say don't die, me I'm not saying don't die. So anytime person will come back and don't say recently where Buhari died, they want to bury, they can't declare today they want bury today. Then they bury woman being 2 times. No verse, now you are the ass. Then they bury woman being 2 times. Even Jesus himself died, now one day them bury him. I don't understand this kind of thing what they all they do for this country. I think it's the problem we will get for this our country now our leaders in the cause. I then go the carry person without old, they put for seat, we in brain no go there.
Don Prince Victor, Iwawa Mado, Anya Bebun, Biafra Deje, no, Obia, Ike, Freedom, na Udoka Inario, Anya Tony Hepot for Barameno. Aye bunde Biafra, bunde Judo Naga, Obis, Makero Magetu Nagaga. Oga de Guaraina. Omo Biafra, Biafra Natako, Ibon Madano, Ibon Madanago, Omo Biafra de Biafra Natako, Ibon Madanago, Ejimegu Mekine, Tifuna Kanu. Otogo dadere mma oyeze no dugoro mma okwande solo geline nuwa akologo gilata ofosisi bolotolo ese kono makwele okwanye manono dugo odoro negbe mma okokoko nyaru ana tuayo so ose kweseli koni okejikwe no gonogo ngaji dike kan kibu na London dike kan kibu na Israel Ike ni kibu na Russia, Ike ni kibu na India, Ike ni kibu na Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Ike ni kibu na Biafra. Nzobu, mba Nzobu, mba Anyega zobu ndelo, mba Nzobu, mba Umu Igbo niile bekene
Mobilization Committee. Please be informed that there is only one IPOB in New Jersey, as there is only one IPOB worldwide. IPOB New Jersey coordinator is Sonix Ezeiruap. His telephone number is 215-778-0977. His deputy coordinator is Mazi Iyke. His phone number is 908-265-4103. Any other purported IPOB operating in New Jersey is illegal and unauthorized, and also is not operating on the IPOB USA or the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra. You are therefore advised to contact the coordinators mentioned above. We want to use this opportunity to also give you the contact information for IPOB North Carolina coordinators. Please contact Mazi Ukafo at 336-965-0468. His deputy is Mazi Udara Obasi, and he can be reached on WhatsApp at 919-268-0189. Signed by Mazi Alozie, IPOB USA Mobilization Committee Coordinator. Day 1.
Oye dikwa na la banyo mmanya kwude na banyo ihe niile dị mma ọ dịkwa na la banyo na taba n'ụlọ ka anyị dozie n'obodo anyị ụmụ Igbo kọmpa ka anyị dozie n'obodo anyị o tinye nwata weli aka elu aka life o wetu aka Keso kusero Israel na kaperu bile natalo keranyo bale natalo keranyo bile natalo keranyo Biafra bukanyo obudama Biafra bukanyo ala tukusero manu.
People are now beginning to rise it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malai came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it, but the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. I would know that Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would, later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction.
Well, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Dada Peters. Dada Mabayona get up. Mabayona dead. Jishika Dada Peters. Biafrans. Omo Chukwu Kikabia. Omo Chineke, the owner of this world. Every proof has been coming out before the war that a very big sacrilege has been done upon Nigeria. Nigeria is under cost, heavy cost on this earth. and must be totally removed before every human being and every human race that are there are totally destroyed completely. Very high emergency that the United Nations must make sure that they involve themselves right now before tomorrow morning. I'm telling you. Both American government and my beloved President Donald Trump, very important emergency. Nigeria is about to tell the world that we Biafran people, we don't want to shout. We don't want to shed. We know the value of human being. That's why we call it man. Fulani no go school. They no sabi human being. They kill every human being waiting like a creek. Branching. If they destroy your motor, you wake up police. And they never know that the human being are created by God. Why do you stupid people killing human being of your life? That's the Iyke dozen. Onya Keru one project I did rather than Nnamdi Kanu Wayozi. Seems very, very humble to you. Esther chapter 3. Esther chapter 4. Esther chapter 5 and Esther chapter 6. And the Haman plots to destroy the Jews totally. And I want to live. And I want all my people to live. That is why they didn't have the kind of case. I don't want all of us to die because of the dynamic, because you took work Abraham at the verse. Verse I want to verse Arrow. And if you don't say you'll be governor for Biafra land, today, very emergency. Tomorrow morning, they dynamic for him, Papa house. I don't die here.
Thank you. There.
If not today, they lose it and they Jonathan no. Oh, even the terrible to me, to question more terrible. Then the poor Macawedo, and $200 billion IPO, the money, Epocola 1 naira. Trump that time ago. Trump get my money. For that ticket, that I need. I would do more in animal, would they come? So that the terrible start tomorrow, you say that is running backward, that want to put a lesson to other states. When I don't get the money to pay. When I don't get the money, let's start to prepare. Well, Islamic Bank will give you every money, all that bank can belongs to us.
All right, thanks so very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls. Let me see another call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Are you there? Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mazi Iyke Peters. I can hear you. Good afternoon for having me. Thank you for your program. Mazi, my name is Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi, a very quick one. Mazi, I begin to think about this Fulani case in Nigeria. Mazi, this thing that Fulani is doing in Nigeria is highly treason. Mazi, how can you tell me that they want us to remain as a one Nigeria, and they can lie to entire country, putting a dead man, cloning somebody else to be ruling the country for 6 years, and you want us to remain with you? Mazi, I think there's no any tribe in Nigeria can do this kind of thing Fulani is doing. No tribe. Igbo man cannot do it. Even Igbo man do it, he will elect. If Yoruba people do it, Yoruba do it, it will elect. But Fulani will do it and get away with it. When Yaradua case came up, when Yaradua died, the same thing they want to do before elect. Now they say this one that is coming for Buhari side, they will never let it elect. And most of people know they keep quiet. They threaten all of them. Even OBG, Obasanjo knows. Obasanjo said, this is not Buhari that he used to know. He don't believe that Buhari have doubled. But this is not the Buhari he used to know. Many of them know. Even this Okora Hausa, all of them know that this guy is dead and buried. But they cannot speak up. They just mention it and leave it like that. Nobody, everybody, if Fulani is threatening everybody just terrified. They don't want to say the truth. Even Mama Gadadima, he knows about it. He said, I know Buhari very well. This is not Buhari I used to know. This is different man. But he just say it and leave it. It's only Fulani can do anything they like in that country and get away with it. No, that tribe can do it. And Fulani is a foreigner to Nigeria, and they can do anything and get away with it. I begin to think, how can we live with these kind of people if they say, let us remain with them? How is it possible? That means they will continue lying with, we will live with them, we don't know what is going on. But they will monitor other tribes. They can never let other tribes to rise against them, but they can rise against other tribes. How can Fulani do such a thing and get away with it? Deceiving 250 million people. Nobody can stand up and say, yeah, this man dead. Yeah, let's do it this way. Everybody 35. Obasanjo himself 35. Eh? What is all this? Mazi, if we say we don't want to do Biafra there, Mazi, we finished. We have to get Biafra. If we get Biafra, let them do whatever they like. Now we are talking about Biafra. Many of them are attacking us. Why are you so inquisitive talking about Buhari, dead? I think you want to get your own country. Okay, leave us to go our own way. We will not talk about your Buhari again. Yeah? So far you use our space. We stay in Nigeria for now. But if we go our own way, then we will not talk about your Buhari. So, Mazi, tomorrow we are full now and believing God that tomorrow our letter will be released.
Yeah.
And we will jubilate and continue what we are doing to we are getting where we're heading to. Mazi, that's what I want to say. Yeah, thanks for having me and God bless you.
All right, thanks so much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The lines are still open, 845-648-0031, 845-907-2230, and 845-637-6632. Anybody who wants us to stop talking about Buhari, they have to go in there and confess. Even if we get Biafra today, at least it's going to enter in our history book that there was a time that somebody was died and he was buried 6 years later, and it's supposed to be. And by the way, somebody has a very pertinent question this morning. Somebody sent me a text. He said, why have no foreign country or foreign leader in any country sent in a condolence message or anything? Because they know that this man is not Buhari. I'm telling you, it's just a shame. The former head of state died and nobody sent in a condolence message. Nobody sent in a message to say condolence or wish Nigeria a condolence for the person passing on. No, because they did it before. They know that the man is late. The man is not there. Everybody's blaming the foreign countries. First, I think my missus yesterday, somebody, another woman was like, how can the world just keep quiet and this thing is happening and they're not saying it? I said, why would the world say anything? Why would the world tell you who's your president? If you go get a goat, an animal, go to a chicken place and get a chicken and send him to America and say, this is my president, they will recognize that chicken. They are not going to come and tell you who your president is. Because it's ridiculous. You know, here in America, the midnight shows, they was like making fun of it and they're laughing over it. That even Nigerians don't even know who their president is, and they laugh over it, and people think it's a joke. Donald Trump said something, and everybody can, that's why he's a racist. He's calling us shithole. Of course, why wouldn't you be shithole when the man is there? I said something that happened here, and the people thought it was a joke. When Buhari died, they came to the United Nations, and the biometric door refused to open. The same biometric door that they have in Aso Rock. It refused to open because they didn't recognize that person as Buhari. He knows who they are. The door technically knows them, so when they come there, the door opens, but they couldn't open for him, and they thought it was a problem. They brought him in through another door. Then later, Donald Trump invited him to Washington. Personally, I was in Washington. In fact, I thought I was going to be able to broadcast from there, but there were no facilities, the lighting and the internet, so we couldn't get it there. So we went in there and we stood there and we were watching UBDBN, and the rest of them were all there on that day. And the car that took Buhari, all the cars, the entourage were coming in, but when he got to the car that Buhari was seated in, the door did not open. Security had to go in there to bring him in. I think probably that's when Donald Trump knew that this person is not the right person, just to protocol, politically correctness and all this. They allowed him to come in and speak. And Donald Trump said, I don't want to see any more lifeless person here. Of course. The world is embarrassed. That is why it is so annoying. Is that there are people that know this thing. Osibanjo was supposed to have been a judge or a lawyer, whatever. He never said anything. This President Tinubu that is here today, that was fighting against that does not believe in one Nigeria, he was there. None of them said anything. The intellectuals will not say anything. When it gets to the reality, all of them are afraid. Oh, we don't want to get involved. We don't want to. Because Nnamdi Kanu, if I'm telling the gospel truth, if Igboho had all this information that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given out, then you will know what journalists, Yoruba journalists, how wicked they are. If Sunday Igboho had this information, it could have been a different thing. But they didn't say anything. All of them pretended as if they don't know what's going on. Because it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. Sacrificial lamb, but you don't care. You know something? We know that the people of God are always facing calamity. That's why they look at the Jewish people. The whole world can turn against them, but you know something? They will stand their ground with Gibada, just like Biafrans. We are just upcoming. We are coming. We are not there yet. So if you people are going to continue, conspire against us, forget you're wasting your time. What you are doing right now, believe me, is that you are sanitizing us. You are taking away the likes of Soludo. We know who they are. We know they are not Biafrans. Somebody like the man in the Imo State, what's his name again? He's not an Igbo man. We know he's not a Biafran. He doesn't have the G. His father might be an Igbo man, but his mother is the only person I can know that somebody who got him pregnant was a Fulani The DNA is not there. We have pure blood. Original. The Biafran man is original. The blood is pure. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot kill us. God said when we offend, he will punish us. But he will always bring us back. He will always support us as his people. So that's who we are. So they're sanitizing us. Your great-grand terrorist father, they're calling me Usman Danfodio, told you already that don't go near those people. Oh. Those people there are the remnants of their lost tribe of Israel. That's what he called us. So Igbo man said, beyond that Niger, beyond that bridge, that place you see, the people there are the different people. Don't go there to start to Islamize them because it's not going to work. Who doesn't know that there's Fulanization going on? Olawumi, with all his position as a secret agent, top on the notch, told you that the job here is to Islamize this nation. Olawumi, one day Olawumi, because Olawumi even said it. He said something, I remember, that I went to Washington when they were trying to bring Buhari into office. I know what we did to bring him in. But recently, I don't understand the man there. It's not the Buhari that we think, that we know. Of course, the poor idiot died in 2017. Every other thing that happened after that was not him. But all of them. One day Olawumi is going to come and say it. Just watch this thing that's happening. Because most of them that know this thing, you know something? There's something they call nemesis. There's a bad spirit that is there that will always torment you when you lie. When you've told a lie, that thing will torment you and torment you and torment you. Especially when you know the truth and you lie. But if you lie not knowing the truth, do you know, there's a story. This is a very, very true story. Something I told my mom. When I was like around about 7-8 years old. I had my joint was disconnected. I don't know what happened. So it swelled up. So my mother, my family, everybody was like, I had something. I don't want to say what happened to me. Maybe I fell somewhere. I did not fall anywhere. I woke up in the morning and I had this. But because of the pressure that they kept giving me, they want me to speak, to say what happened to me, I had to lie. I lied to my mom that somebody pushed me down. My mother just took her wrapper, 2 joint wrapper, tied her waist. So yeah, you go and show me the boy, I'm going to fight his mother. Then I said, no, Mama, it's a lie. Because they were forcing me to lie. And I lied. Then the next thing I said was I fell from a tree. I didn't climb no tree. I didn't do anything. But when I became an adult, when I grew up very, very well, I told my mother, I called my mom. I said, there's something I want to tell you. And she said, what is it? So I told her this story. He said, so you really, I said, I'm now an adult. You're not going to beat me up. Then I'm telling you that nothing happened to me. And my mother for herself, she said, I really thought I believed you at that time, that you don't know what happened. But I was under pressure just like you. My father, everybody was like, Peter, I wasn't such a great child when I was a little boy. I was creating so many things, and so nobody believed me. My mother felt relieved because she said in her conscience that she felt she was accusing me wrongly. So the same thing. All these people that know that Buhari died, they will all come and confess. Just watch. Small. Look at the journalist that came out that is talking. That he was there presently when the man died. He saw it. He covered the event. He went to Saudi Arabia to even cover that one that is over there. So all of them will be coming out one by one. All the people that are there, Mando Hanez and Igbo, there are many of them who are there and in your false narrative, and the Fulani Mekwanka, Fulani Meronka. These people are just ridiculous and disgusting. The Saudi Arabian government, you think that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was lying, they will not say anything, they will not make any statement? But nobody has said anything. He couldn't have abused them, tell them that it is in their land that they buried this man that is not dead. They never came out and said nothing about it. You're looking for charges against this man. You could not, if that could have been the biggest scandal, that alone could send him to jail if he was lying. But you were scouting around looking for something that you will accuse him of. And still all the things that you left this very one that could have been a hookup. But because you realize that if you do that, you are setting a trap for yourself, which you are going to fall in. Because if they call Mazi, they will say, yeah, the man is dead. And then the man has to come and identify himself. They didn't want to go through that. Now, tomorrow they have announced the man is dead. Now they went to give a public holiday. Maybe they exhumed the body. That's another thing I'm looking at. Maybe they will go to Saudi Arabia, get the body out, put it in a coffin, and bring it to Daura, so that the people will come and say, yeah, the remains of our father have come in. But last week, forget it. You know it's not true. Every evidence points to it. There are people out there, Delima Modu, come and swear now that doesn't know Nnamdi Kanu is telling the truth. He go die. He believes it, but you know something? His politics, his political ambition, he's wanting to be president, or one day he's going to become the president or whatever, or vice president of Nigeria. He's overshadowing his imagination, his brain. They know the truth. Our leader is saying that there's something wrong with their brain. There's nothing. Jonathan said something which is very important. He said, you cannot wake somebody who's pretending to be sleeping. But if somebody's asleep, you can wake him up. But if you're pretending to be sleeping, nobody can wake you up. They're pretending as if they don't know that Buhari is dead. Of course they do. They do. They're thinking of their ambition. I'm sure even that broker, that thing that Dele Momodu did with him, that radio thing, probably the cabals were not happy about it. Because they don't want the media, anybody to talk about this thing. Because when you are talking about, the more you talk about it at that time, the more. Some people are making fun. Today is Jibri. Tomorrow, who is Jibri? It's like making a fool of themselves. I don't know where they have kept their face today. They think this thing is going to die. It's not going to die until all of them will confess. Because in Radio Biafra, we are going to be playing the clips. Nigerians are talking. They are talking from different parts of the world, wherever they are, to say what they have. A president died, the past president, no foreign mission has come in. Nobody has come to submit letter of condolence. Are they submitting and you are hiding them? Read them to us. Arise News. Abasani Abati and his people. Tell us who have sent in condolence message. Nobody. because they can't be fooled like you. They don't want to play that game of that foolish game that you guys are playing. They cannot come into it and play that game with you because they know very well that there is nothing called Buhari. That Buhari died already. Eventually.
I believe you guys have heard him very loud and clear, right? Now, what do you think? Do you think if the young man is really making sense or not?
All right, this clip, I wanted to play this clip. I can't start it from the top. I don't know where the beginning is. So, fortunately, I wish I had seen where he started because I wanted him to. I listened to it.
The assassination and murder of a sitting Fulani. It is in this country, Nigeria, a Fulani, an Islamic cleric, asked for the assassination.
If you have time, kindly listen to this our brother, and at the end of the day, tell me if you really agreed with everything he said on this video or not. Attention, please.
You see, Islamizing Nigeria, Islamization agenda is on. It's obvious, right? It takes only two categories of persons to disagree with me, most especially if you watch this video to the end. If at the end of my video and my submission you still disagree, then you belong to one of these categories. Either you are born out of total ignorance to happenings and reality in Nigeria today, or that you are a part and supporter of the Islamization agenda. Always these two persons will disagree. With everything that we've seen in Nigeria that is happening, with the advantage the Fulani terrorist is enjoying, having commit all manner of atrocity unhindered, uninterrupted. See, first of all, look at how they operate. They go into villages, take as many lives as they can, burn down houses, make sure that the villages evacuate that area. Then it is obvious that after a while, the Fulani will come and settle there. When they settle there, automatically they've taken over that place. This is how they intend to take over Nigeria in bits. This is not a secret. The Fulani have always made me to know this as a person. For quite some time that I've been on the social media, doing my thing, what I'm known for. I advocate for a better Nigeria. I speak against what I think is wrong or what ought not to be. By doing that, I've been contacted severally on this same platform that Islamizing Nigeria has come to stand that there's not anybody can do about it. The day will come where the Nigerian constitution will be trashed, will be abolished, and Sharia will take over. And I asked how. They said I shouldn't worry. That the time will come. When the time comes, I will know. And that they are not in a hurry. I was like, seriously? If you wanted to screenshot this, not from one person, not from two. And these people are all Fulani Muslims. They could not have been saying this from their own imagination. We all know the uncompleted mission of Usman Danfodio. They are still on that route. So it takes an ignorant person to think it's a lie, or our leaders who are in support of this to say it's a baseless allegation. If not, our leaders will explain to us why are these people doing what they are doing. They've taken over Nigeria. Nigeria is surrounded already. There is no state in Nigeria that do not have Fulani settlement in their forest. And if only we know how dangerous that is. Now, to the worst of it all, the Nigerian Security Agency, the DSS, are helpless because they are not commanded to sincerely go after these people. Otherwise, if the government is not in support of this, let them explain to Nigerians why Fulani terrorists always gain advantage in whatever they do. They commit crime and go away. There is never an intelligent report before their attack and they are being apprehended. If our military manage to go after them and catch some, after a while we will set them out again into the society in the name of repentant Boko Haram. You don't keep treating terrorists the way you treat the Fulani terrorists and also claim to be fighting it, do you? So it's a clear indication that yes, these people are out to achieve their aim with support from above. You can see all the top positions in the military, all the top positions in Islam in Nigeria are all occupied, including the traditional rulers in the north are all Fulanis. Where are the Hausas? They've been relegated to the bench in their own country. Because sadly enough, most of these Fulanis are immigrants. Niger, Mali, we know. But they've taken over north, and now by extension they are entering Nigeria. They want to take Nigeria, a nation as blessed with all the natural resources as Nigeria, to be taken over by Fulani. An unprogressive, how should I call them? An unprogressive set of people. People who rather live in the tent, in the bush. Now look at the countries that the Fulanis are already in charge of. Just look at the country like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Islamabad. All those Fulani called countries. Are they progressive? Are they a developed nation? Of course not. Now they want to take over Nigeria with all the mineral resources. The gullible Nigeria, the ignorant Nigeria will tell you it is not possible. Nigeria is a multi-religious nation. Blah, blah, blah. let me tell you, it is happening in your eyes. You're only ignorant of it. It is happening. Do you know the advantage the Fulani man has in Nigeria? They are, yes, the only people that can touch you and you cannot touch them back. Yes, now, we've had cases of people resisting to be quiet in the farm and they were being sentenced for it. We've seen people in this Nigeria, somebody is cropped his own crops in his farm by the way of prevention from being eaten up. The Fulani herdsman took his cow there. They ate up the crops and the cow all went down. What happened? The farmer was arrested at the advantage of the Fulani. It is in this country, Nigeria, a Fulani, an Islamic cleric, asked for the assassination and murder of a sitting first lady in the person of Remi Tinubu, an Islamic scholar from Bauchi State. It was on the news. Any other tribe other than Fulani would have said that, and the DSS would be very active. The same DSS who cannot be active against the Fulani.
All right, we'll listen to that very attentively. I think I'm going to work on this tape tomorrow because we don't have enough time left, and it's unbelievable because this thing refers to the likes of Soludo. I'm going to pay it tomorrow because these people go to your bushes. This is what our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created the ESN for, to be in the bushes. Now Soludo is saying the people that go to the bush, do you know ask how they feed? Soludo, we feed them. We don't send them there to go and stay hungry. We send them there to remove your grandfathers that you have put in there, Umunagi, that are coming from the Fulani land to kill our people. We'll talk about this tape tomorrow. First, I just received it now. I could have liked to work on it, but we don't have time left. We are going to take any one single call that comes in. I'll take it. Then I will come to the end of today's broadcast. You see, this is why we are saying that no matter what they do, no matter what anybody, listen to the analysis this guy gave. If Islamization is something that has been on, we've been saying it since. He analyzed it very well. They go into the bush, they build their tents, they live inside the bush, they rape our mothers that go to farm. Now that's why we send our people to the bush, because nobody creates a vigilante that stays inside the town. They have no business inside the town. There's police. Let's come to the worst. We have the police stations inside the community, so they don't need to be there. They need to go into the bush. Anybody you see in the bush is a criminal. Mafia. We don't. We go to the bush to farm. So if you go there and you settle down, they come after you. So we're going to work on, I'm going to use this step for tomorrow, honestly speaking, and then we're going to talk about it tomorrow. All right, I can't see any more calls. Nobody's calling anymore, so we have to call it a day. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. Mazi Alozie is going to be next. USA 1 is coming in next. And from here, I want to remind you that you should know that Biafra is our hope. It's our religion. It's the only thing we're going to be dealing with. There's no way anybody is going to stop what we are doing. We are progressing gradually and will continue progressing regardless of how they think and what they think. From here, from me, my name is Mazi Iyke Peters. I will say, don't forget that tomorrow is the day our leader is going to court. I'll be out here tomorrow to make sure that if we can pick up any information coming from Abuja tomorrow, that would be wonderful. But I don't know what the situation will be, because remember that the last time they had banned journalists coming to the hall. But whatever happens, we'll still get what we have to get. So tomorrow we'll be there, hopefully, and get what we can get. From here, from me, unfortunately, we have to go. Somebody's trying to call me right now, but I can't pick up the call anymore. We've turned down the phone lines. But tomorrow we'll be here. And don't go away, because Mazi Alozie, USA 1, is caring to be here any minute from now. From here, from me, it's goodbye. See see you again. But don't forget that Biafra is our hope. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our land. Biafra land belongs to us and nobody is going to take it from us. Fulanis can hide in the bush all they want, but we're going to fish all of them out. Oh yes, definitely. Because Biafra is our home. Stay put. Don't go away. For Mazi Alozie comes in next. From here, from me, it's goodbye.
Okike Abiama, silent on the walls of Biafran. You shall never hold your peace day or night.